Hey everyone. Can you hear that skittering? That terrible hiss. Something sinister is on the prowl. Watch your corners as the Xenomorph is ready to kill. This infamous extraterrestrial horror comes to Raid as part of our Alien and Predator event and will be available for free in the Xenomorph Chase. You know the drill. Log into Raid on 7 days between November 24th and January 9th to claim the legendary champions. Once claimed, Phase 2 kicks in, giving you access to some extra goodies, including Xenomorph souls needed to awaken it. Be sure to join the chase before December 26th, or it's game over, man. Game over. So, we know the Xenomorph is dangerous, but let's find out just how dangerous. Its primary skill? Tail stab. Does exactly what you'd expect. The Xenomorph skewers an unfortunate victim with its tail, afflicting it with deadly poison. If tail stab lands as a critical hit, it'll place 3 poison debuffs instead of 1. Talk about a sting in the tail. Never one to stay out in the open, the Xenomorph then scuttles back into the darkness, placing a perfect veil buff on itself for 2 turns. With the Xenomorph in the shadows, it can unleash its second skill, Infestation. It attacks a single target, stunning it and placing the new Infest debuff on its unfortunate victim for 2 turns. Obviously horrified by this brutal attack, all other champions on the enemy team are stricken with true fear for 1 turn. Should the Xenomorph be under an active perfect veil buff, none of these debuffs can be resisted. How delightful. So what does Infest do exactly? Well, if a champion dies while infested, they unleash a wave of acid on death, dealing pure damage to their fellow party members equal to 50% of their max HP. Now, that's some body horror. The only saving grace is that this pure damage cannot crit, but it'll hurt regardless. Infest can also affect bosses, but the damage from the acid explosion is capped at 10% of the boss's max HP. Something to keep in mind, if an enemy with the Infest debuff dies while the Xenomorph is also dead, it will immediately revive with half of its HP and turn meter. Like any true horror movie monster, death is never really the end. The Xenomorph's third skill, named Rip and Claw, leaves nothing to the imagination. It lunges at the enemy, slashing at them twice. This savage attack will also deal 15% more damage for each poison debuff the target is under. Stack up a lot of poisons, and this will deal some major damage. With its attack complete, it slinks back into darkness, placing a perfect veil buff on itself for 2 turns. Gotta remember, the Xenomorph mostly comes out at night. Mostly. Should you have forgotten about the Xenomorph's wonderful defense mechanism, its Caustic Blood passive skill will serve as a swift reminder. Whenever someone manages to land a hit on the Xenomorph, there's a 25% chance of being sprayed with its acidic blood, gaining a 5% poison debuff for their trouble. This poisonous retaliation lasts for 2 turns and is irresistible if the attack was critical. That blood can melt through almost anything, so any target poisoned by the Xenomorph suffers a 20% penalty to their defense. Truly, its structural perfection is matched only by its hostility. So, you're fighting as the perfect organism. What are your tactics to deal truly frightening damage? The Xenomorph has access to powerful crowd control, thanks to Infestation. Attack while you're under perfect veil, and you can land 3 irresistible debuffs. While the Xenomorph is adept at placing poisons, you'll want to pair it with another poisoner to make its assault truly lethal. After all, Rip and Claw gets a 15% damage boost for each poison on a target. If you have another champion with ally attack on the team, the Xenomorph can be constantly pumping out poison debuffs via its tail stab. As such, you'll want to boost the Xenomorph's crit rate and accuracy to take full advantage of the tail stab and consistently land poisons. Speed and attack will be just as important too. Should the Xenomorph's HP get low, try to land an Infest debuff on the weakest enemy champion. That way, even if the Xenomorph goes down, you've got a few turns to dispatch the infested enemy and get a free Xenomorph revive. Not to mention that nasty little acidic surprise should keep enemy healers busy. And that's it for this champion spotlight. Join the Xenomorph Chase ASAP. You never know when this alien horror might come for you. Don't forget to like and subscribe, as we've got another video on another interstellar visitor coming real soon. Happy raiding!